This was his very first NHL point, and it took him less than 5 minutes into his debut to get it.
Played across for Lane Hutson. Hutson, a little shimmy and a shake and a shot towards the net. Bounces puck in front, scores!
This was his most jaw-dropping goal, skating coast to coast before ripping it top corner like it was nothing.
His car keys and wallet, I think, are there too, but he skated away and left them. Here comes Hutson. Lane Hutson scores!
And this is the incredible story of the NHL's Rookie of the Year, Lane Hutson. He was never supposed to make it here. Not to the NHL, not to the starting lineup, and definitely not to the Calder Trophy podium. Too small, too risky, too soft. That was the scouting report. At 5 feet 9 inches and barely 160 pounds, NHL teams didn't see a defenseman. They saw a liability. That's why he fell all the way to 62nd overall in the 2022 NHL Draft. Montreal picked him with a throwaway second rounder they got in a minor trade. It didn't make headlines. It wasn't supposed to, but now, he's not just in the NHL, he's dominating it. He didn't just survive his rookie season, he rewrote what's possible for undersized defensemen. Lane Hutson, the too small afterthought, just became a rookie legend, and this is how he did it. In 2022, every NHL team had multiple chances to draft Lane Hutson. Every single one passed. Repeatedly, scouts were torn. They saw a kid with elite vision and puck skills, but also one of the smallest frames ever measured at the draft combine. NHL teams didn't just have doubts. Some weren't even sure he could survive a full season in the pros without getting hurt. Montreal finally took a flyer on him in the late second round, a pick they got from trading Brett Kulak to Edmonton. It wasn't a splash. The expectation, maybe he could be a bottom-pairing power play specialist someday. No one predicted that 2 years later, he'd be the most exciting rookie in hockey. From the moment Lane Hutson stepped onto NHL ice, it was obvious he didn't care about expectations. In his first few games, he was already running breakouts, quarterbacking power plays, and slicing through defenses like a seasoned veteran. Every shift had flashes of brilliance. The deceptive head fakes, the calm under pressure, the no-look passes. It was electric, and yet the critics didn't stop. Too risky with the puck. Can't defend big bodies. Will never last 82 games. But even as they doubted, his point totals kept rising. He wasn't just surviving, he was thriving. By mid-season, he wasn't just in the Calder conversation, he was leading it. If you had to sum up Lane Hutson's game in one word, it would be deception. He might be the most unpredictable defenseman in the NHL. Every movement on the ice is calculated chaos. 1 second, he's faking a slap shot. The next, he's walking around a forechecker with a shoulder shimmy and threading a pass through 3 sticks. He led all NHL defensemen, not just rookies, in slot pass completions. His ability to freeze defenders and open up the middle of the ice is something you'd expect from a veteran playmaking center, not a 21-year-old defenseman. And here's the craziest part, he's doing this without a real shooting threat. Everyone knows he's looking to pass, and they still can't stop him. Lane isn't fast in the McDavid sense, but his control, timing, and decision-making make him unstoppable. He's become one of the best in the league at controlled zone entries, not just carrying the puck in, but carrying it in and immediately creating a dangerous chance. When he enters the zone with the puck, Montreal is more likely to get a shot from the slot than not. That's unheard of. On the power play, he's taken full command. Montreal jumped from 27th to 17th in power play efficiency this year, and that's no coincidence. Lane's entries, his patience at the blue line, and his chemistry with guys like Caulfield and Suzuki created one of the most efficient young cores in the league. And his skating? It's not about top speed. It's his agility and ability to open lanes that turns routine plays into scoring chances. For all the praise, Lane Hutson still has one massive question mark: his defense. Yes, he's small, and yes, physical forwards can push him around. But the numbers tell a more complicated story. He's top 3 among Habs defensemen in 5-on-5 takeaways. He rarely turns the puck over, and while he gets targeted by bigger players, he wins more puck battles than people expect, using his edges, smarts, and angles to offset the size mismatch. He's not perfect. He's made lazy back checks. He's gotten walked by bigger forwards, and he's benefited from playing in sheltered minutes against weaker competition. But he's improving fast. His reads are sharper, his anticipation is elite, and he's already better defensively than most thought he could be. As the season went on, the rookie race started to look like something out of a video game. Macklin Celebrini was breaking records for an 18-year-old. Matvei Michkov was dazzling with highlight reel goals. Dustin Wolf was playing out of his mind, carrying a bottom-tier team on his back. But somehow, Lane Hutson just kept inching ahead. Quietly at first, then loudly as the numbers became too good to ignore. By January, he had more power play points than any rookie. By February, he had broken the Habs rookie defenseman assist record. By March, his highlight reels were going viral weekly. The puck seemed to live on his stick. Teammates were thriving next to him. The Bell Center crowd was chanting his name. He wasn't just good, he was transforming how Montreal played the game. Their power play flowed through him. Their breakout relied on him. Their entire identity was suddenly tied to a 21-year-old rookie who less than 2 years earlier had been considered a long shot to ever play in the NHL. And this wasn't happening in Anaheim or Columbus. This was Montreal, a place where the media doesn't just criticize, they devour you, where expectations don't just rise, they suffocate. And somehow, this so-called fragile defenseman didn't just handle it, he thrived in it. By season's end, the Calder conversation wasn't even close. Hutson had outproduced the forwards, outshined the goaltenders, outlasted every narrative that said he wouldn't make it, and he became the first Canadiens player in decades to win Rookie of the Year. But even with that trophy in hand, the biggest question still remained. Now that Lane Hutson has proven he belongs, what exactly is he becoming? The comparisons are all over the place. Some say he's the next Quinn Hughes, who turned from an undersized offense-first defenseman into a complete top-pairing force. Hughes built his body, honed his instincts, and now runs the Canucks' blue line like a surgeon. Could Lane follow the same path? Others say he's more like Chris Letang, a chaos agent in the best way. Quick, unpredictable, and relentless. A player who thrives when the pace is high, who's trusted in the biggest moments, even when he makes the occasional mistake. But there's a darker side to this debate too. Some analysts are already dropping names like Shane Gostisbehere or Samuel Girard, defensemen who came into the league hot, dazzled with offense, but never fully rounded out their game. Eventually, their teams moved on, their ceilings came into view, and they weren't quite high enough. So where does Lane fit? His hockey IQ is undeniable. His passing is world class. His skating, while not top-end fast, is slippery and explosive. He's already quarterbacking an NHL power play, running breakouts, and breaking down defenses like a chess master. And he's only 21, but there are legitimate concerns. His shot is below average. Bigger teams have learned to push him to the outside. His defense, while improving, still shows cracks, especially in physical matchups. And while Montreal's hybrid system has protected him at times, the playoffs won't be as forgiving. Here's the truth, Lane Hutson's ceiling depends on how much stronger he can get. Physically, defensively, and emotionally. If he can build on this foundation, add 10 to 15 pounds of muscle, refine his defensive reads, and develop just enough of a shooting threat, we might be looking at a future Norris Trophy contender. But if not, he might settle into a high-end power play specialist. Still valuable, still productive, but not elite. And yet, something about the way he carries himself suggests there's more, that this isn't his final form, that we've only seen a glimpse of what's possible. 2 years ago, Lane Hutson was a 5'9", 160-pound question mark, the 62nd overall pick no one was talking about, a kid whose size nearly kept him out of the league. Now, he's the Calder Trophy winner, the heart of Montreal's power play, a fan favorite in a city starving for a new era of stars. He didn't beat the odds, he destroyed them, and whether his ceiling is Quinn Hughes, Chris Letang, or someone we've never seen before, one thing's clear, the smallest defenseman in hockey just made the biggest impact of any rookie in the league, and this might only be the beginning. Let me know in the comments what you think his ceiling is.